All right, here's an interesting scenario I'd like to share with you guys coming into New York Open. There's a we're coming up here on this 1618, which is just a simple extension from here to here. And as we're coming up to this area, which is particularly notable, uh, really because we just broke the highs here, both of them actually, both peaks. So there is some strong movement happening here, but I do want to be a little cautious here, and I have some scenarios laid out just in case this ends up being a swing failure. There is the current Elliott Wave count that we're rolling with here, which is an impulse wave. Second degree just got, not second degree, but the wave 2 just got concluded here, and we're shooting for a wave 3 all the way up to the upside. But I do want to note that it only took about 15 hours for this wave 2 to be placed. Now, it's not impossible for this to happen, but usually you'd like to see a bit of time confluence as well with uh, these waves, right? We have this initial wave 1 taking 2 days and 9 hours. That's significantly longer. So one of the things that could potentially happen here is, instead of this being a wave 3 initial starting wave, it could be a flat correction instead. And if that's the case, we will definitely come down to these lower targets. Let me shoot these down. Boop. There's a couple fib targets. One is pulled from the bottom here. Whoops. Let me whip this out correctly. One is pulled from the absolute low right here, all the way up to the previous high right here. That's how we get these ones right here. This 382 right here is pulled from the old all-time high all the way down, as you can see right here. So, well, the current all-time high pulled all the way down to here. So this is a scenario that could happen if we get a massive flush or very early in the morning. If you want, we can look at the order flow, which is not bad. It is showing a bit of a bit of aggression into the peak here. It's moving up quite heavily, but it's not. It doesn't look bad. So this is really just like a what if, just in case scenario. Overall, the uptrend's looking really good, but I have a couple entries set up just in case this happens. And so now going back to this chart, we have the main target, which would be to sweep the lows here that we previously thought was a wave 2, and actually set up an actual wave 2 C wave right here. Additionally, here's the time confluence. If it's exactly the same, right? At 2 days and 9 hours, it lands right there, which would be really be a lot prettier, right? Be a lot prettier. But we'll see. Back to this chart, we have some massive confluence with a bunch of key levels. We have this volume profile pulled all the way from the start of this second phase of the bull run in November 5th. We have this liquidity contract we got from High Block. Shout out to Ricky, which lines up right here at 96.6. There's a 382. It's just, there's a lot going on. It could totally land there if we get a massive flush early into New York Open. So we'll see. If not, then I've got some shallow entry ideas right here where we get a nice little 3-4. Let me get rid of this. Yeah. A few shallow entry ideas where we just come right down there and we just shoot to the upside, which would be nice. How does this look on alts? Because we all know Bitcoin kind of drives this whole thing. So let's take a look at a few alts. I've put Solana on my chart, on my list, right? Because Solana has been moving, I gotta say. So this is one nice little entry here. We have perhaps maybe another one. Yeah, you could have like a more aggressive entry right here if you really wanted to. Sort of golden pocket might be somewhere around there, or you could do it right here. This isn't a terrible idea either. And the beautiful thing is that Solana has this wonderful, wonderful parallel channel that I gotta show you guys. which is just a beauty. This is on the log scale chart, by the way. And so most obvious target would be right here at 276 area. That'd be very, very nice to see. Hat price come up aggressively and just bounce. Boop. So those are some good targets. Let's move on to Doge. Doge just got me a payday today. Did really well on this one. Right here. Boop. Very nice. Just hit the top of the parallel channel. Just whoop, gave me some cash. So very nice. So using that same parallel channel, we have an idea here. Assuming that we get that deeper retracement, we have a volume profile built from the initial run up in November 5th as well, which lines up right here. And a nice little golden pocket built from this low to this high. So this would be a great confluence if we get that flush. Perhaps the flush might be a bit more aggressive than this. We may see targets come down to like these horizontal levels, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Here's XRP. I'm trying to get in an aggressive long here, assuming we just get a small wave 4. We don't get like that huge flush, but we just get something like this. Then XRP, this would be an entry I'm interested in. Additionally, we have this one because we are setting up a bit of a downward trend here. So maybe if we get that flush, XRP seems to hold really well when Bitcoin drops. So if we get that massive flush, I think something like this would be more enticing. Yeah, this is Sui. Sui's a bit of a mess right now, but this is that flush scenario, like I said, that flat correction. Gonna have a nice little move down. Boop. Tap that. Big stop loss. Not much I can do there. I'm not a fan of putting stop losses at just random spots. Maybe you can get away with this. There's this low right here. Could get away with that. I'll keep that there just in case. But usually when you tap these trend lines, you could keep the entry quite tight, which would increase your risk to reward immensely. I mean, just coming up to the top here, it's about 15 risk to reward. That's nice to me. But if you want this one to really hold, you can drop it here. But now that I spotted that, I'm going to keep it like this. Me personally. And so next one we got on the list is a bit of a more aggressive entry, which I'm definitely going to shoot for because Sui's been a runner. And beautiful parallel channel. A little bit of a breakdown here, but it's holding pretty well. And nice little reaction off the midpoint here. This would be cool. Catch a little move right there. I could see that happening this morning. Target the top here. Nice little 7.2. But yeah. You got to be ready for all the scenarios that can happen. Bitcoin, crypto market moves in some finicky ways. And I'm not a big fan of how quick this wave 2 terminated here. You just, I don't know, man. I don't know. This market, and maybe I'm just traumatized, but this market has done some nasty things. And I wouldn't be surprised to see a flush come down here. One thing, too, I wanted to note in the order flow is that there's a big spike in open interest. These spikes in the background here, these are all open interest. And as we're getting into this uptrend with not much bullish divergence, I will note there is a strong increase in open interest, perhaps longs. So it's not unreasonable to see a flush happen. It's really not. So important to be aware of these things. But yeah, wish y'all luck this morning. Let's see what happens.